My name is Connie Mutiso. I'm a teacher. I'm a mother to Charles Mutiso. It's very unfortunate that I came with Charles from Kiambu where I work. I came with him on Saturday, 6 p.m. He left to watch a ball and he never came back. I've been staying with him in Kiambu for all that time. He's my son. I know he's not a thug and he's innocent. What I demand is, I demand justice for these boys. Nothing else. The people who are carrying this investigation, we need less. What we need is justice for the three boys. We are neighbors, just neighbors. They have been born in this Machakos. They went to school to Machakos. They have grown together. Why would they be killed? We need answers. That is all what I can say. As a mother, it is painful. We are bleeding as you see us here. I've known Kennedy, I've known Stanley for many years. They were fighting for one another. And that is why they went together. We are his government. We need justice for our sons. That is all what I request. And that is my demand.
The report indicates that all the three boys were burned to either level 3 or 4, and part of the causes of the death could be the extreme burning. The other cause, which we have been told, is that all of them were beaten, and the beating or the injuries were concentrating either on the head or the upper parts of their body, apart from Charles, who had an injury at the right side of his ankle of the leg, which shows that something else could have happened, but because the postmortem report is there and because the investigating officers are there, then they'll make some follow-ups. But at the same time, Stanley and Ken, their head were seriously injured by either blunt objects or by cuts which had or were there in their head, and this could also have caused the death. They also inhaled a lot of carbon from the burns, and this could also have caused what happened. Otherwise, they were seriously injured. At the same time, they were also burnt beyond the level which could give them survival. So those are the possible causes of their death. I believe these are people who had lives whom the parents and every other person would rely on. Their history is known. Anybody who would claim that they had participated in an act which was not right, then can bring the information. Because we have the history on how they have lived. And these are people who have lived within Machakos town since when they were young and when they were schooling.
How did you get this information?
It is alleged that these boys were killed and burned because they were thugs. And according to the family members, that is not the right information. We want to request that the right information is put and it is known to everybody, because these boys are known not to have been thugs, even though the report which went round after they were burned is that it is thugs or thieves who were stoned and then burned and they died. So we want that information to go in the record, and then it is put right in the right way. These boys had gone to watch a football match in the evening of Saturday. Then after the football match, they had their time, and while walking home, then they met the unlikely incident which meant them lose their life around the roundabout. We normally call it within Machakos the light point, where we have the old Naivas. That is the point where they lost their life. And they lost their life through beating and burning. My name is Cosmas Chengo. I want to speak on behalf of the family of Charles Mutiso. And I want to start by extending pole to the family and also to the family of Ken and Stan, because this is something which happened which was not expected by any of the family members. I want to start by giving an advice to all of us. Should you find yourself in a situation where there is life to be lost, please, before you participate in the loss of the family, ensure that you find the right information, and at the same time it is also important that you don't take law into your hands, because our belief is that at this particular point, when these boys lost their lives, some people took law into their hands, which we seriously condemn it, and we are asking for justice as family members. At the same time, I also want to say that we are here so that a post-mortem can be done for the 3 boys who lost their life. Post-mortem has been done. We want to appreciate the doctor and all the people who have been here for standing with the 2 families. And because the post-mortem report is there and we have the investigating officers, as family members, we are only asking that throughout this process, let fairness be seen to be done, let justice be placed on table, because this is the only thing we can ask for, because we all have a right to live, and a right to live well, and a right to protect each other, which is very, very important as members.
So as you wait and pursue for justice, what has the...
Majina naitwa Jeremia Mutisia, spokesperson wa family ya Muthungu. First, I would like to say we are in a deep sorrow for losing the 3 young boys. These were potential young boys who had a bright future, but somehow malicious people decided to cut their lives down. Tumekuja mortuary, the postmortems were done. We have gotten a very conclusive report, and we want to trust that justice will prevail for the 2 families. Tumekuwa pale na ile mambo tumeona, it is very evident that our boys were maimed, killed and burnt by malicious people. And therefore, as a family, because this matter is under investigation through the police officers, we want to leave it at that. And what we are praying is that we need justice for the families, because to lose such young lives, it is very traumatizing. For us as families, we have lost, but we leave it to God, because we know God is there and is the maker of life, and is as well is the taker of that life. And for the 3 boys, what I can say, may you rest in peace till we meet again. Thank you.